Why everyone hates 2 times Rakai. Oh shit. What this nigga Rakai do?
Where my mother? The cops are here. Where my mother?
Odin Valhalla Rising, now available
Damn,
on
bro,
mobile
not even
PC,
2 seconds into the
exclusively with
video.
Google Play Games.
Tell where my mother?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, every time I catch this nigga in the damn clip, he always saying word to my mother, and this nigga always lying. Am I the only one that notices that? Like, this nigga always be lying, talking about word to my mother. And what the fuck did he do to his head?
Cops are here. Where my mother? But I don't know how to become an address.
Rakai, a 16-year-old streamer in the WL community, and most people hearing that he got the police somehow to come to his house isn't even surprising anymore because of the wild things he's constantly doing. Even as someone who was 116, I wasn't thinking about nor actually executing on the wild things that he's doing, or even half of the things I see him doing.
It's not for LeBron, it's for Tyler. Things you talking about?
See, bro, and the niggas around him not stopping him, that shit is making it worse. I don't give a fuck if it's just for content or not. That's not cool. Cause what are we doing?
I'm
That's not
hoping
cool
my
at all.
mindset wasn't like this, to the point where I would grab any signed jersey or any signed anything and burn it for what he feels is just a cool content moment. But if you've seen him at any point on your timeline, you're probably wondering, at what point in time do we stop saying that he's just a kid and he doesn't know how to act and he's doing all of this for content, and actually hold him accountable for a lot of the crazy things that he's been doing recently? If you haven't seen any of them, then I'm about to diagnose a lot of the stuff Rakai has been doing recently, from streaming university to even a little bit before that, and seeing where the problem really lies, because a lot of this stuff makes countless people on the internet despise Rakai.
What the fuck?
For anyone who
Did that
doesn't
nigga just
know
get
who
slammed?
Rakai is, this is a 16-year-old streamer who got his fame of being a clone / son of the famous streamer Kai Cenat, one of the biggest streamers in the world. And basically, Kai gave him a chance. He ended up getting on a call with Rakai, talking to him for a bit, and people started to love him. During their interaction, Kai must have saw the potential he had, because he ended up inviting him out to do collabs with him. And outside of collabs, he literally flew him out to stay in the house that he bought for him and a bunch of other streamers, called the Clover Boy House. It was an amazing opportunity, and Rakai seemed like he had been flourishing in that house because his growth has been insane ever since. Unfortunately though, the content that he's been making there is very questionable, as you saw a preview of it in the beginning clip, that Rakai decided to call the police and pull a prank on them by quickly calling and hanging up, all because he felt like his hairdresser messed up while doing his hair.
That nigga's stupid. That's how people get killed. Like, look at this nigga right now. He look like a badass little kid. And he's 16, but he look like he's 8 years old in this picture. And just doing shit. Like, bro, come on, bro. You gotta have a little bit more common sense than this. It don't make no damn sense.
Tell where my mother? The cops are here. Where my mother? But I don't know how to become an address. I literally called the cops. If I hung up mad quick, they'll put up. Yeah, they track our phones.
I would have.
Duh, nigga. What the hell? Come on, bruh. What you mean they try?
That most 16-year-olds and any 16-year-old that's watching this video has enough common sense to understand that calling the police and immediately hanging up for any reason is not only not a prank, but not a smart thing to do at all, because you're wasting police resources, and it's much more suspicious to call the police and then instantly hang up than to actually sit there and talk to them. But you shouldn't be doing that regardless, and he shouldn't be doing it because he thinks it's a funny content moment. But nowadays, it seems like that's all content really is in this sphere, is them doing the wildest things, trying to get the wildest reactions off of crazy stuff that you don't truly need to be doing. And because he's so young and he's in that environment, he's just going to keep on doing those things. He has the mind of a 16-year-old while having the resources of a grown adult.
Was that the girl that ended up getting that? Like, they got shot in the face? If so, why is this nigga aiming jail bullets at somebody's face, bro? Like, come on, bro.
Now, one mistake, burning a jersey. I can see somehow in your 16-year-old head that you thought that would be prime content and just messed up. We can grow and learn from this. Another mistake, you're breaking a TV that somebody just got for another person as a present and don't really seem to care. Hey, maybe again it's a 16-year-old mind. That's something we can learn and grow from. A third mistake, you hit a girl in the eye with an orb.
Exactly,
and several other
bro.
things that happen in between those events. At a certain point, you have to stop giving him the leeway that he is a child. Even myself in some of my videos, I've just said, I mean, he's a 16-year-old kid around a bunch of people. Obviously, he's gonna do dumb stuff. But at a certain point, you have to just stop saying that, hey, he's a 16-year-old doing dumb things, because he has the ability to understand the stupid stuff that he's doing isn't right in any way, shape, or form. How are you gonna sit there and tell me a 16-year-old doesn't know that it's not okay to influence somebody else to throw water or any type of liquid at a security guard?
Nah, so this was the clip where he got pressed. And there was so many people on Twitter talking about that's a grown ass man getting mad about this shit. Nigga, he threw some soda in the nigga face. And he's sitting here protecting the niggas. Making sure that everybody's safe, everybody good. And y'all... But, oh, he's just a kid, though. No, bro. That's not cool. That's not cool.
Oh my God.
But it makes things worse. He didn't even do it. Somebody else did it. And, no, bro.
From throwing water on a
And
security guard who's
no
just trying to do his
repercussions.
job, to maybe injuring a girl so bad in the eye that they thought she had to go to the hospital. These aren't just simple mistakes. These are things that are escalating beyond the point of just saying he is a 16-year-old kid. And honestly, a little bit before that, we could have already got to that point where you feel like, hey, you can't just pull the 16-year-old kid card. He doesn't know what he's doing, because anybody at any age has enough common sense to not do half of the things that he's doing. And it really gets to a point where you're starting to wonder, is it just Rakai, or maybe is it the influences around him? Not just AMP or anybody else that hangs around him that's a streamer, just online influences as a whole, because his content really isn't that different from anybody else's content you could tap into from the W.
Hey, I hope he don't go down that same path that Neon and what's the name went down. Jack Doherty, because if so, it's over with for him. He about to be streaming on Kick. Because, you know, Twitch don't play that shit. But hopefully he doesn't. I hope he doesn't. Hope he changes and calms down and stops doing all this crazy shit, because ain't no damn way. Is this when he threw that pop can? Yes. Yes. And thought that there was going to be no repercussions. He thought that he could just close the door and everything would be fine. No, bro. And then this nigga called the cops and hung up instantly and thought that just nothing was going to happen. He may be 16, but he's not stupid. He's not stupid. He might do some stupid things, but he's not stupid, bro. Come on.
URL community.
Daniel, you can stay on the IRL cam, bro. If the IRL cam is... No, Mr. Pool, no, that way. That way.
The thing is, these niggas are grown though, and they know when they joking. This nigga's reliving they old shit
Want to know how I took my business to the next level? It's simple.
and
It's
taking
Shopify.
it past that point.
It would be hard for me to sit here and just blame Rakai when these are the people that he's being influenced from. These are the people he's looking up to when creating content, and this is all the stuff that they're doing. From harmless stuff like pies in the face and maybe pouring something on top of yourself where you would have to clean it off or take a shower, to throwing entire mattresses in the pool and lighting fireworks in the crib. What 16-year-old isn't going to see that, have the ability to do it, and want to also do it as well? I don't want that to be an entire excuse for Rakai though, because in most situations you see him in, he could definitely find out what's right and what's wrong. But when you're drawing the line at what's content and what's not, it becomes a little bit more blurred. Personally, I don't care how big the YouTube video you're gonna make about pranking me is gonna do. I don't care how big the clip you think you're gonna get all pranking me is gonna do. If you were to come in my room and light and firework, I'm not saying that's content. I'm taking that personally, and I am genuinely mad. But for people like AMP and people like the Clover Boys where Rakai lives, that literally is just content. Maybe you get a little bit upset here and there, but genuinely they're just doing that for the clip, and a bunch of them there are fine with that. So it becomes a little bit harder when you sit here and have those lines be blurred, but what really is content and what's not. And a lot of people, specifically somebody that was at Streaming University with Rakai, even said himself, he doesn't feel like Rakai has that line to begin with.
Rakai don't got no you know that tells you.
You know something crazy though? I seen this clip. I don't always agree with Deshae Frost, but I don't always be against him neither, because he be having some times when he's right, and this is one of those times. He was actually right. He actually do be right sometimes. He don't have that mindset to know what's right and what's wrong. And this is one of the few times I can actually agree with Deshae. Now, some of the stuff that he's done in the past, maybe not so much, but I've heard that Deshae doesn't do that shit no more, so hey, he got a clean slate with me, but it's still, if you got Deshae Frost telling you that you're doing wrong, yeah, you fucking up.
You know, I probably shouldn't do this. I shouldn't do this. This is probably too far. That nigga Rakai don't got that. This nigga really, we're pouring water on each other. This is like the water, we throwing bang. What the f you think? We throwing bang on niggas. Nigga, like I just took a shower, brother. Like, what you mean, bro? Like, he's like, that shit. You not going with me, you a nigga. I'm a, cause I don't want to throw soda on people.
That isn't a crazy escalation from water all the way to soda, when you know afterwards a bunch of people are gonna have to shower, take care of themselves, clean, all that, and now you're just making it a ton harder for them to do. But then again, this is modern day WRL content, and if Rakai isn't the one that's gonna be doing it, someone at FaZe Clan might be doing it. If someone at FaZe Clan is gonna be doing it, someone at AMP, some random person in the community is going to be the one doing these things. So even though Rakai does cross lines pretty often, he's not the only one that's doing it. And at the end of the day, can you really even call it crossing lines when the space that he's in is basically doing the exact same thing as him, but just not being his?
Well, hear me out. I think that it's mainly because the people that he's around and all that shit, that's one thing, right? But whenever you start getting around different people, like whenever he was at Streamer University, all them people aren't used to that shit. You're fucking with all different types of people. You're fucking with creators that are higher than you, creators that are lower than you. They're not used to that same type deal. Now, whenever you messing with the AMP house and all them other people, they do that shit all the time. That's a whole different ball game. But even they have their limitations to an extent. But fucking with other people, that's where you messed up. That's how I think about it.
Age. I do feel like there's a lot more home training Rakai could definitely have, because certain things he does do is unexcusable at his own age. I don't want to make it seem like, oh, just because everybody else is doing that makes it okay. Doesn't mean it's okay. It just makes it understandable from his POV why he would feel like it's okay, because he's getting ostracized for doing it. Then he's looking around and being like, this streamer's doing that, this big streamer's doing that, this big streamer's doing that. I'm just copying.
Hit his ass with the goddamn famous quote: "If they jump off a bridge, you gonna jump off a bridge?" Leave in the comments if y'all know what I'm talking about. Every black household got that same parent that did that shit. I know y'all do. That doesn't
make it good or okay. And it makes you wonder if Rakai should really be in these situations with these bigger creators, because again, he is young, very impressionable, at 16 years old, around a bunch of people who are in their 20s, mid-20s, late 20s, around that age, and just mimicking what they do. So it really calls into question if this is the right environment for him as a growing person and just a growing streamer in general. But I don't feel like it would be any better place for him to be, because if he wasn't around AMP doing these things, he'd probably just be back home, and he's super successful, so he could just do those same things at his own crib. It's really unfortunate. I don't know how you could really solve this problem without looking at the WL community as a whole and just wondering why the content has come to this point to begin with, because there is no stopping Rakai unless you stop the big problem of the content that every single WL creator is making. But he could learn way better, because he does have some good mentors from Kai and other people in AMP who do try to help him and do their best to make sure he doesn't go down the wrong path overall. That's just how I feel. And if you want to tell me how you feel, the best place to do would be the comment.
That's a W video by Novally. I'll make sure to leave his video in the description. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and join the streams and join the Discord. And I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace. But yeah.